Western Mass News is getting answers from Governor Baker after a lawsuit filed against him is now being petitioned to be heard by the U.S. Supreme Court. At the heart of this case, pastors and small businesses all across the state claim the governor's COVID-19 health orders restricted their right to assembly.
The state's highest court previously upheld the governor's emergency authority under the Civil Defense Act. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us live now in Quincy after asking the governor for his response to the move. Audrey?
Governor Baker tells me he doesn't usually tend to comment on pending litigation, but he says that he's confident that by August 1st, the Commonwealth will be in a position to not need any capacity limits or emergency executive orders.
The vast majority of the guidance and the advisories that we've put in place over the course of the past 15 months have been pretty consistent with the public health recommendations that have come from either the feds or from our colleagues at DPH, and are pretty consistent with what most other states have done as well.
Governor Charlie Baker taking on Western Mass News' question about the lawsuit that's now being petitioned to be heard by the U.S. Supreme Court. The plaintiffs are a group of small businesses and churches seeking to end the enforcement of Governor Baker's emergency health orders that have been issued during the pandemic, like capacity limits. Per the governor's orders, the state is slated to fully reopen by August 1st, and Governor Baker says the lifting of the restrictions may also mean the end to his emergency orders.
That would certainly be a time at which we would go to some sort of a standard that would be what I would call traditional public health standard, and not something that would operate under the the rubric of an EO.
The new Civil Liberties Alliance, the organization that filed on behalf of the petitioners, couldn't say whether their case would be heard by the highest court before their term ends in late June or early July. But the NCLA says even if the August 1st reopening date is used, the question of Baker's power would still remain.
He can go ahead and he can end all of the restrictions on August 1st. Does that mean that he ends the emergency? Maybe, maybe not. It's completely up to him.
A local pastor from Westfield, who is named as a plaintiff, says his concern is about the First Amendment.
I would like to see the governor recognize our First Amendment right to worship without government interference. That doesn't mean we're not going to be safe.
If this case is heard by the Supreme Court, again, there is no timeline as to when. Reporting live in Quincy, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.